Hello, your rock guitar vibrato sounds weak, probably because of a couple of simple fixes that need putting into place. Here's the first issue that I see with a lot of guitar players when they're working with vibrato. Super fast, super quick, it sounds like a we don't need that. We need a little bit of finesse when it comes to vibrato. Probably the reason why you're playing vibrato with a sloppy technique and a quick kind of thing is because you're not using the correct approach to it. So if I was to play the D note on the G string there on the 7th fret of the G string, if you notice I do this. I'm using 3 fingers, so this finger is the one that's doing the work. The other 2 are supporting fingers. Also, I tend to pull down quite a little bit with my vibrato. Which gives me the opportunity to do just what I just did. Gives me the opportunity to play at different speeds, different velocities like that kind of thing. Or if I want the quick one, I can. But vibrato is an important thing because when you're working with delays or echoes of things, when you're producing music on a singer, I will time those delays and echoes and repeats to the tempo of the song because it helps everything glue together. And vibrato is one of those techniques as a guitar player that you should actually have grilled to the tempo of the beat. So if you've got tick, 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 play it to the tempo. Don't go tick, 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 tick. It just sounds wrong unless you're after some sort of crazy weird vibrato effect. So let all 3 fingers do the heavy lifting. And again, what sort of happens with this is if I try and play a similar note again, but with this finger on its own, I'm restricting the amount of quality that I can apply to it because I'm using 1 finger, whereas when you've got 3, you're in more control and more strength, more support. So that helps massively with the vibrato. Also, what we like to do a lot is bend the note up and add the vibrato there. Some guys will roll the wrists when they actually play vibrato. It's a personal thing. It's whichever feels easiest for you. But I'm more of I like to either push up or, depending on the strings, if I'm on, say, a lower string, an A string, or say we'll go for the A string, I like to then pull down. If I push up, or I'm on the 6th string, watch what happens when I push up. I'm off the fretboard, so you need to be able to learn how to apply it on various strings as well, because obviously on the 1st string it's going to be a push up. You're not going to be pulling down on that scenario neither as well. Sometimes I'll also utilize this finger. I'll kind of play a little phrase and I'll utilize that finger on its own. That's probably because that's the strongest finger for me to play individual things with. And I think over the years I've kind of adapted, because a quick story, I was playing a little bit of football years ago, or as they say in America, soccer, and I got kicked on the end of the finger. I had a compound fracture where this bit went whoop, came through the knuckle there. As you can see, I've still kind of got a bit of a swollen knuckle about 40 years later. It's never going to be the same. So I think over the years I kind of adapted to do things a little bit differently. So that's why I tend to land on this 2nd finger quite a bit, but I always usually, 90% of the time I'm supporting with 3 fingers. That makes it far more easy for me. Even when I'm playing anything high up the fretboard, I'll utilize 3 fingers, or maybe even resolve a little phrase onto that 2nd finger. So just a few ideas on how to approach a vibrato. Don't just try and wiggle the note and hope it sounds good. There's a technique in this, and there's a technique to most of these things that we're doing on guitar, and it kind of gets overlooked a little bit, and I feel as though it's my responsibility and my job to try and pass some of this on to you all. So please give the channel a like and a subscribe. and let me know how you go on with this vibrato stuff. If you do have a few problems, drop me a comment below and I'll get back to you, and I'll try and help everybody out as much as I can. And as I always like to say, thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you very soon.